Welcome, Warrior fans, to Week 4 of the 2023 football season. I'll be doing play-by-play, Toby Ford, alongside color commentator Caden Praisewater. So the Warriors coming off of a big win against Kearney last week, in which they scored 41 points. And the Warriors' offense has really been clicking all season long so far, Caden.
Yeah, the Warriors have been really electric. And I'd like to shout out Jake Schaefer and Ben Morosky, who have been putting on a clinic on the offensive side of the ball.
Both Morosky and Schaefer Warrior athletes of the week this week. That Morosky had a huge game against Kearney last week. Caden, talk about that one.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns on offense with a pick 6 on defense. This season, he has just been really outstanding with 2 interceptions on the season. Then I'd also like to mention how first game of the year against Raytown, the punt return touchdown, that was an insane moment for him.
Yes, indeed. That punt return was fantastic. Jake Schaefer also last week had 2 rushing touchdowns versus Kearney. And really just everybody on the Warriors have been putting together great performances on the offensive end. The defense has been not too shabby either.
Yeah, defense has been pretty good, but tonight's going to be a little bit of a struggle without our 2 defensive rushers, Isaac Yoder and, of course, Colin Mueller. But we'll see how the backups do.
Isaac Yoder out due to concussion, and Colin Mueller is still recovering from illness. So we'll see how. Hopefully those 2 will be back next Friday. It's looking good. Mueller was back at school today, so he's just not cleared yet, and neither is Yoder from concussion.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see Jake Cruz out there playing good.
So the 2 replacements will be Jake Cruz and Aiden Roberson.
Yeah, I'd like to say the sophomore Aiden Roberson. He's been coming in a few times a game and showing how good he is. So see how he does.
Now, if this is a game to be missing 2 edge rushers, it's the game to have it. Ruskin only averaging 6 points per game this season. Their offense has been very bad. That's just how to put it. They've also allowed 41 points per game, so not a great start for Ruskin. 0-2, and it's really for them. They're just going to be looking to try and keep this thing close against a great team like the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully Ruskin comes out and puts on a good clinic, so it can be an interesting game. But how it's looking, 0-2 doesn't look too good, but we'll see.
Ruskin came to Smithville last year and lost significantly, so we'll see how they can do on their home turf this year.
Yeah, home field advantage is a big thing, but we will see. That's all I'm going to say.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's game where the Smithville Warriors face off against your very own Golden Eagles. At this time, please rise and remove your hats for the marching of the colors by the Ruskin High School Marine Corps RJROTC and the playing of our national anthem by the Golden Eagle Band. Tonight's color guard is commanded by Cadet Lance Corporal Emily Guardado Calderon. fans, tonight's contest is not only competitive, but it is an educational experience for the student athletes. Please refrain from negative boos, chants, and cheers. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Tonight's officials are the referee, Austin Mesacasa. The umpire is Alex Ferrara. The line judge, Preston Green. Headline judge, Sean Thomas. And the back judge is Ryan Thomas.
So the Warrior captains are awaiting the coin toss.
Ruskin decides to defer. Smithville will get the ball first.
So the Warriors are going to bring their special teams unit onto the field.
See how Drake O'Neal will do on the return back there.
Eagles will kick off to Smithville and defend the north goal.
So Drake O'Neal, a guy who recovered from injury last week, recovered from that shoulder injury and got some time. Didn't get a whole lot of action, so we'll see how much action he gets tonight.
Kane White with the kickoff.
Short kick, be returned around the 30. And so the Warriors are going to have good field position to start off their first drive at around the 37.
Smithville didn't really get a wall built there to get some good blocking, but still good effort.
So we'll see how this very good Warriors offense will fare against a Ruskin defense who has allowed 41 points per game this season. And Schaefer has everybody lined up, has his running back lined up in the slot, but he also has another running back out there. It's actually Jet Coleman, the wide receiver, lined up at running back. And Ambrosen, the running back, lined up in the slot. So Schaefer to look. He's going to throw the wheel route to Coleman. He's wide. To the 50 with some room. Tries to cut it back and a stiff arm, and he's still on his feet. And out of bounds at the 35. So great start using the wide receiver, Jet Coleman, out of the backfield.
Jet Coleman, let's not forget to mention, he is a track star. He is great at what he does. Great receiver, and as you can see, you can use him in different positions on the field.
For sure, and he uses that track speed right there to pick up the first down. And that's something we haven't seen very much of Coleman lining up in the backfield but coming out. But a great play for the Warriors to set up 1st and 10 at the 35. So Schaefer to take the snap. Press coverage on Max McKenzie. It looks like they don't even have a corner on Coleman. And Schaefer throws to Coleman, and it's incomplete.
Drop pass by Jet Coleman.
Ruskin defense looked to have mismatched their personnel because nobody was on Coleman, and it almost looked like it messed with the Warriors there.
Yeah, I don't know. He checked it. You could see an audible there, like off of Madden, but I don't know.
Well, it looked to be a screen pass, but then Coleman didn't have anybody guarding him, so that's an interesting play there. Ruskin still scrambling to find their right matchups. They appear to be in zone. It's a quick pass to the slot to Morosky, but it's batted down.
Yeah, their defense isn't lining up correctly. They need to figure that out.
So Ruskin's defense is not lining up correctly, but it's getting in the Warriors' heads as now it's 3rd down and 10.
Number 10, Justin Johnson.
And it's almost like Ruskin's weird defense messing up on defense is messing with the Warriors' heads on offense.
Seems to be they lined up correctly maybe this time.
So Schaefer's got in the pistol, going to hand it off to Ambrosen on 3rd and 10. Not much doing. Very conservative call there on 4th down, and that was set up 4th and 9, so you have to think they're going to go for this one.
Ball is carried by number 1, Aiden Ambrosen. He's brought down by a host of Eagles.
So 4th down and 9. Morosky's in the slot. Coleman and McKenzie out wide. Ambrosen in the backfield. Schaefer's going to take his drop. He's looking downfield to Coleman, and it's incomplete.
Drop pass by Jet Coleman there.
Just a little low on the throw.
Let's see how this Warrior defense, that has been pretty good this year. See how the edge rushers do, and hopefully lock up this Ruskin offense.
Butler was defending on the play.
So Caden, rather surprising start for the Ruskin defense.
Yeah, I could see some personnel lining up wrong. It looked like they weren't ready for the Smithville offense.
But it all worked out in the end as their offense is going to take over. So a little read option here is going to go for a couple yards. The run by quarterback Preston Black.
Looks to be tackled by Hayes Middleton.
Preston Black is the ball carrier. Gain of 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
So that's going to set up 2nd down and 7. Like you said, Caden, Warriors have 2 different edge rushers out there due to Isaac Yoder out with a concussion and Mueller out to illness. And the touch pass goes back to the line of scrimmage as Colby Harris makes a great tackle.
I'd like to say also Trey Adkins coming off the side.
Henderson with the carry. No gain.
Yeah, that's interesting. So Trey Adkins, one of the main senior linebackers from the Warriors, he has an interception this year. Had a huge pick versus Platte County in week 2.
Yeah, that Platte County game was a real fun one to watch.
One where the Warriors just barely came up short.
Yeah, they had a great quarterback, great offensive line, and great running back. Everything seemed in sync for Platte County.
But every year you need one of those losses so you can learn from it and improve. So 3rd down and 6 here, and it's a read option for Preston Black, and he's got some room outside. McKenzie with a great tackle, but he might have gotten the first. Well, and the refs say move the chains.
That was a great wrap tackle by Max McKenzie. They have that big number 77. Elijah Pittman coming off as a pull guard to come block Jackson Sandrowski.
So Ruskin's QB Reed popped wide open there. And Ruskin showing no signs of going away early. 9:15 to go here in the first quarter. Preston Black to take the snap. He's going to move a man in motion. It's going to be another QB read, and Black's going to keep it. Great tackle by multiple Warriors there. And Warriors try and say it's a fumble. Is it a fumble?
Brought down by number 45.
The ref says no.
Hayes Middleton.
Let's see what this Warriors defense can do here. Hopefully get a stop on 2nd and 9.
So 2nd down and 9. Ruskin's going to move a man in motion. And it'll be another keep by the quarterback Black, but this time he's tackled by Morosky in the backfield.
Looks like Jackson Sandrowski got that ankle and locked up. Ben Morosky helping him to get him down.
Carrier. Loss on the play. 3rd down.
So Ruskin continues to send wide receiver Quentin Henderson in motion throughout this game. Keep an eye on Quentin Henderson, the wide receiver, number 12 for Ruskin. He's getting sent in motion a lot in the slot as a wide receiver.
Looks like they just put in Pierre Smith to go in there for Quentin Henderson.
So 3rd down and 11 here. You have to think Ruskin will try to pass. 4-man rush, and it's a pitch for end around and nothing doing as Sandrowski's there to make the tackle, and multiple Warriors get on it.
Number 2, Pierre Smith is the ball carrier.
So Pierre Smith goes nowhere on that one.
That was a great group tackle effort by the Smithville Warriors. And looks like Ben Morosky is going to be going back there to catch this punt.
So that's more like the Smithville Warriors they're expecting in this game. They look to get off to a lackadaisical start on both sides of the ball, but they picked it up now.
That's an interesting look. Roman Roski coming off the edge here.
A really good punt after what was a really bad kickoff to start the game. Morosky's got some room to return and takes it to the 29.
Let's see if this Warriors offense can get fired up.
Praisewater with the return. Or maybe Benjamin Morosky.
And we're gonna get a water break here. Like to mention, like we did at the beginning of the stream, the Warriors athletes of the week, Ben Morosky and Jake Schaefer, had an outstanding game against Kearney. What do you think about that, Toby?
Yes, for sure, Caden. And Morosky's really been amazing. Both these players actually been amazing all year. Schaefer obviously went off versus Platte County when he had 5 touchdowns and went toe-to-toe with Platte County's QB in a shootout. And then Morosky, on the other hand, has been showing up all season with the most touchdowns on the team, and he had 3 touchdowns last week, 2 on offense, 1 on defense.
Yeah, of course, that wonderful pick 6 that Morosky had on the little screen. And then also the 2 plays on offense that were also great. I like to mention Jake Schaefer, just outstanding. Like, can't ask for a better quarterback than Jake Schaefer for the Smithville.
For sure, especially from a dude who this is his first year as a starting quarterback, and he's been nothing but exceptional so far. And so Ruskin jumps off sides there, which will give the Warriors 5 yards on the neutral zone infraction.
I got to say, Smithville loves to do that, get them to jump off sides, get those free 5 yards.
Brings up 1st and 5 for Smithville.
That hard count can really get him sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Well, Ruskin's defense was pretty good this first drive. They're usually allowing 41 points per game, so let's see what they can do here.
So 1st and 5. Schaefer bobbles a snap, barely gets a throw off, but Coleman's going to catch it. And Coleman's going to break a couple tackles and have a 1st down here. But just a sloppy start, even though things are working out okay for the Warriors right now. They're really kind of booting the ball around.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Schaefer barely got that one off, muffled the snap. So let's see how this Warrior offense can keep going with their 38 points per game.
Yeah, the 38 points per game is a brilliant stat to have as an offense, especially after coming off playing the 2 hardest opponents of the regular season, Platte County and Kearney.
Yeah, of course, our biggest rivals. So we got Ruskin this week, so let's see how we can do against them.
And Ambrosen not going very far, which is rather surprising. Ambrosen had a great rushing game versus Kearney where he ran for over 100 yards.
Yeah, old Aiden Ambrosen. He's been having some problems with injuries. I remember first week he threw up against Raytown while on the field. Was not a great sight to see, but let's see how he can do this week against Ruskin.
Aiden Ambrosen, a guy who was going to be a big part for the Warriors last year, but tore his MCL, I believe, or hurt his MCL, and really struggled to return. Missed a lot of time last year, and hopefully he can stay healthy this year. McKenzie takes a quick hitch for a decent gain, which will set up 3rd and short.
Tackled by Roger Haney.
He's brought down by number 6, Roger Haney. Third down and 4 for Smithville.
3rd and 4. Let's see what they're going to pull out of the book here.
be looking for maybe a quick slant to McKenzie or Coleman, or possibly Murawski in the seam if Ruskin's in zone. And Ruskin's showing blitz here. So they're going to bring the blitz for Schaefer. It's another quick screen to Coleman. They seem to be getting Coleman going early. I still have another first down.
Jet Coleman, like I mentioned before in the game, he is a track star, so he does have that speed to get outside, get some outside releases, to cook some corners.
Coleman's a guy who's third on the team in receiving yards so far. Really, he's a great receiver. He's another guy who has had injury problems throughout his career, and just seeing him stay healthy so far this season has been a plus, and hopefully he can start adding up those yards as he continues to get the ball. So the handoff goes to Ambrosen, and there's some room, and finally the Warriors run game gets off to Snide in a gain of 8.
For one, Aiden Ambrosen on the carry. Preston Black on the tackle.
Aiden Ambrosen, I mean, he is such a great running back. I mean, they can switch through Austin Clevenger and Aiden Ambrosen whenever they need to. Just a great running back core for Smithville.
Notice Preston Black was the one with the tackle there. So Preston Black is not only the offensive captain, but he's also the defensive captain as he is playing both ways for Ruskin. He's all over the field. 2nd down and 2. Schaefer sends Murawski in motion. Hard count, and Ruskin jumps.
It's going to get him a first down right there. Yeah, like you were saying, Preston Black, he's looking like to be a middle linebacker or safety. I couldn't tell there how the alignment was, but got captain on both sides of the ball.
He's kind of playing a hybrid role on defense.
Yeah.
And right now the Warriors are just taking advantage of Ruskin mishaps so far. Ruskin's 2 penalties on defense so far on this drive for a total of 10 yards.
And Jay Cruz is in at tight end here for missing Colin Mueller.
It'll be 1st down and 10 as Schaefer's going to drop back and throw the flat to Murawski. He's got some room. And the speed by Murawski to the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors.
What a run by Ben Murawski there. Just cooked every single secondary player. Just got through, broke some tackles, got into the end zone.
And Ben Murawski continues to show out this season as he has yet another touchdown added onto his stats. A guy who has just been torching defenses all season.
Yeah, his 3 touchdowns last week. That's going to keep adding on to the stats. Just love to see it from Ben Murawski.
So the extra point attempt here from Verhulst. The kick is up and through, so the Warriors take a 7-0 lead early in the game. 2:57 to go in the first quarter.
Extra point is good.
Smithville looking a little sloppy to start the game, but then they put that drive together to get a touchdown.
With the point after.
This game is sponsored by the Eric Craig Real Estate Team, Oaks Kia, and Bashir's Tree and Lawn.
Don't forget to make a trip to the concession stand at the south end of the stadium. Pick up a cool drink, bag of chips, candy.
So Wheeler to kick this one off.
Great kick.
Towards the sideline. Wheeler, a fantastic kicker for the Warriors. But the Warriors special teams continues to struggle this season as Drake O'Neal is the last line of defense and he makes the tackle. Just very disappointing to see the 3rd game in a row the Warriors special teams give up a huge return on the kickoff.
Yeah, the special teams has just been super sloppy from Smithville. I don't know what's going on there if we need a new special teams coach, but we need to figure that out right there.
Well, Quentin Henderson just took off and gives the Ruskins Ruskin a great field position.
In the 50-50 raffle. Proceeds from the 50-50
But this is a problem for the Warriors special
benefit the
teams. And
Hickman Mills Educational
from what I've heard,
Foundation,
they're not
students.
spreading out the
Raffle
talent
tickets
on
for
the special teams. So they're putting all.
Out a 4-yard gain.
So interesting look there from Ruskin. So Darius Brown taking over at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, it looks like Ruskin just completely switched their lineup, have 2 different receivers out there right now.
They're also in the I formation. And a handoff to their fullback. And he is going to stay on his feet. Rather surprising run from where he started at the line of scrimmage and set up a 3rd and 2.
That was a good run by number 24, Cade White, and good tackle by Jay Surratt.
It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Eagles.
So a handoff on 3rd and 2 is going to give the Golden Eagles a first down and much more.
Ruskin's offense has been looking pretty good. Not going to lie, Smithville's defense really needs to step it up if they want to win this game.
For an Eagle. First down.
I think the Smithville Warriors are just coming in like an Azical, playing down to their competition right now.
Yeah, that was a great run by the number 8, Leonard Butler, though.
And for Ruskin, this is a big game. They're trying to pull off an upset. They know how successful the Warriors have been, and the Warriors have a target on their back due to that success.
Yeah, they do. I mean, 2021 state champions, so hopefully Smithville can keep that up.
Darius Brown to take the snap in the I formation. He's going to look to throw to his left. He just throws it deep downfield. McKenzie gets his head around. It's incomplete. Almost caught by Preston Black. So Preston Black, who was quarterback earlier on the last drive, is now a wide receiver.
Yeah, he got dove for the ball, didn't catch it there. I just want to say Darius Brown got lit up by number 71, Colby Harris, as he threw the ball. Now he's limping.
Something to keep an eye on there on Darius Brown. But Preston Black seems to just be Ruskin's go-to guy as they looked on the deep shot there. So the Warriors have to find him at all cases. And a handoff goes nowhere as Warriors push him back. A great job by Cole Becker on the line.
Cade White on the carry.
They're trying to get that ball to Kane White up the middle. Not had one big run play. So far, the last 2 plays have shut him down.
Short game, 3rd and 9.
And it looks like there's some arguing for Ruskin players right there.
So 3rd down and 9 for the Golden Eagles. And the I formation. Preston Black is not out there, but Quentin Henderson is. And Darius Brown is going to hand it off on 3rd down. And it's a great tackle by Jay Surratt.
They seem like they want to get the ball to Leonard Butler out of the backfield and Kane White, two players that are in the backfield.
That's the end of the first quarter.
So with that run, it runs us into the end of the first quarter. So Warriors 7, Ruskin 0, and a rather surprising start by Ruskin to keep them in the game. And we'll be back for the second quarter.
Proceeds.
So 4th down and 6 for Ruskin. A huge play here. And Adorius Brown is taking the snap. Brown's going to look to his left and throw, and it is caught. And Adorius Brown caught Roski just sleeping in the coverage.
Roman Roski has been a great DB for the Smithville Warriors. I mean, he had a pick in the Platte County game and in the Kearney game. So surprisingly sleeping back there, usually the hype man on this Smithville team.
Well, he has he leads the team in picks. He has 3 interceptions, and he had 2 in the last game. I believe right there he was kind of going for the all or nothing, and he was kind of trying to tempt the quarterback to throw it, but gave the wide receiver too much space and wasn't able to get there or close the gap in time. So 1st down and 10, and it's going to be a rollout to the right. Brown's going to throw it deep, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's just overthrown and incomplete.
That was still a pretty good ball by Adarius Brown.
So Adarius Brown is showing no signs of having a bad arm as he let that thing fly.
Yeah, super high in the air. Still looked like a good ball.
So notice Preston Black has came into the game. He's their go-to guy, the senior who can play any position, the senior athlete.
Looks like this play is lining up at wide receiver.
So watch him onto the left side of the screen. 2nd down and 10 for Darius Brown. It's going to be a handoff and a quick burst of speed by Leonard Butler, but it's quickly closed by Tribal Warriors.
Brought down by Austin Clevenger, number 44, among other.
Good tackle by Austin Clevenger, the sophomore. He's been proven to be a pretty good player on this Smithville High School team. Only being a sophomore has a bright future ahead of him.
So he's the Warriors running back, but with Aiden Robinson moving to the edge, they've needed some more guys, and right now Colby Harris is not out on the field, which is putting Clevenger in that D tackle spot. So the Warriors really having guys hurting on the line right now. 3rd down and 9. Brown's going to look to his right on the bootleg. He's got nowhere to throw, and Becker can't bring him in. He throws into a sea of Warriors, and it's incomplete.
Pass intended for Isaiah Wilkins, incomplete.
Pass was intended for Isaiah Wilkins right there.
4th down for the Eagles.
That ball was lucky it wasn't picked, as multiple Warriors were surrounding the wide receiver of Ruskin. And now Ruskin, I believe, is bringing a special team unit on, or they're just bringing a different lineup out there.
It looks to be.
So they're going to try and kick this thing.
And it's, of course, running back number 24, Kane White.
So this is going to be a tough kick. Ruskin doesn't have their guys out there, though. And I believe they just called timeout.
Looks like they didn't have all the guys out there. Number 77, Elijah Pittman, was late to get out on the field.
So the Golden Eagles are going to kick this one. Interesting decision. Not many high school kickers have the leg for this. This will be, I believe,
a 34.
36, I believe. It looks like ball spot on the 19, so it'll be 36-yarder. Depending on how long they go for the snap, though. If it's a shorter snap, it could be a 34.
I believe where they have the black thing set up.
Yeah, you're right, Caden. Yeah, so it should be a 34-yarder. Most of the time they go 7 yards back for the snap, but Ruskin is only going 5 yards back.
And we could be possibly looking for a fake.
The Kearney Bulldogs set a fake extra point on the Warriors for 2 points last week, so you have to keep your eye out for that. So here we go. The 34-yard field goal is up, and it is short and left and really everywhere but inside the post.
Questionable play by Ruskin. I mean, I know it's 4th and 9, but you're in the red zone. Could have went for something. Still going to give the ball to Smithville on the 19-yard line.
Smithville will take over 1st and 10.
You can hear a few Ruskin fans complaining with their coach after that one. So Ruskin does not take advantage of where they're out on the field. as they missed the field goal. So the Warriors will take possession at the 20. First down and 10. Get ready to see a lot of this formation. All 5 wide for Schaefer. The Warriors like to do this a lot. And now he's going to bring Ambrose in behind and hand it off. But nowhere to go. And a big part of that has to do with this Warriors O-line. This has not been great all season. Really not giving Ambrose a lot of lanes to run through.
Yeah, really not. But Aiden Ambrose has been making his way through. He's been using all of his effort to get big carries.
Notice there's 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the half. This half has gone by very fast as both teams have been running a lot of clock due to running the ball.
Yeah, very run-heavy game. Ruskin trying to fly it sometimes, though. Trying to catch the Warriors' defense sleeping.
And Ruskin's messing up their personnel here, trying to scramble back to the right places. A quick hitch to Max McKenzie. And that'll be a first down to the 35-yard line. So Jake Schaefer connects to senior wide receiver Max McKenzie for the first time in the game.
Pass complete to number 18.
Max McKenzie he's really their tallest receiver out there. That's the guy that you want to throw the deep balls to if Jet Coleman's not out there.
And you mentioned Jet Coleman's track speed. McKenzie is also a track guy who has good track speed as well. Two guys who are ridiculously fast on the outside, probably the fastest in the conference.
Yeah, I mean, Jet Coleman, of course, interesting post by Max Preps. He was on one of them. Love to see that for Smithville.
First down and 10 is a handoff for Ambrosen. Got some room to the left. And that'll set up a gain of about 7. So 2nd and 3.
He did Ambrosen on the carry. In on the tackle for the Eagles, Zembry Johnson.
We talk about McKenzie and Coleman, but we forget to mention Ben Morosky. Morosky's speed, he may not look like he's the fastest guy, or he may not appear by it, but he's got sneaky speed as well as when he turns on the burners like he did on that first touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, he really just has great acceleration bursts. Just see it out of nowhere, just appears.
I believe the Warriors have some special wide receivers this season. Schaefer's going to play action, and it's going to be a screen back to the left side to Ambrosen, but Eli Aviles just does not make his block on Preston Black. And Preston Black does a great job reading the play. If it wasn't for him, Ambrosen could have taken that a long ways.
I know. I mean, Preston Black, he's really carrying both sides of the ball. Just doing all he can for this Ruskin defense and offense.
And the Warriors, that's the first time they've ran one of those, but the Warriors like to do a roll to your right and then throw to the opposite side for a screen. They've been very successful on that in the past couple of years in Coach Ambrosen's system. And so, once again, Schaefer gets Ruskin on the hard count.
Speaking of Coach Ambrosen, I mean, he's one of the greatest coaches to ever come through Smithville history. And just a great coach, great everything. Won Coach of the Year a few times. Just great coach for Smithville.
Well, he's really just turned this program into one of the top programs in the state. Every year, the Warriors have been competing for a state championship.
Yeah, last year was sad, lost against St. Mary's.
In the state semifinal, but the Warriors have made it out of districts 4 out of the past 5 years, which is just an incredible stat. And once again, Ruskin does not have their guys lined up in the right spot. Schaefer is going to throw a quick slant to Coleman, but it's thrown behind and incomplete.
Ben Morosky was open on the other side of the field with Max McKenzie. It would have been a 2-on-1 right there.
Well, yes, they sent Morosky in motion, and Morosky continued with the wheel. You see the Dolphins run that with Tyreek Hill a lot, and that's what the Warriors just tried to do with Morosky from the slot, but the problem was Schaefer's read must have been to go to the slant there based on the defense, but the defense was not lined up right, which left Morosky wide open, but Schaefer missed it. 2nd down and 10 here for the Warriors. Cruz goes in motion. It's a handoff to Ambrosen. Ambrosen's going to go for a gain of a couple of yards. So Warriors still struggling to get that run game going.
Yeah, I mean, offensive line kind of still looks a little sloppy, not giving them the right gaps, but I hope to see that they get better and progress through this game.
So 3rd down and 7 here for the Warriors. Just the offense has just looked just not themselves today.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I feel like not much hype coming into this game knowing that the Ruskin Eagles are 1-2.
And a quick screen to Max McKenzie. Has a ton of room to the right side, and there's a great play. There's some electric stuff from the Warriors as they take it to almost the 30-yard line.
And you would never believe who tackled him. Number 1, Preston Black, again with the tackle. He is just everywhere.
He is just the Ruskin Eagles. He is their team, is what it seems so far.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, first off, start running quarterback, getting some great runs. Then he switches to wide receiver, gets a deep ball, that questionable pass interference, but they didn't call it, so refs know what they're doing. But he's just been everywhere carrying this Ruskin defense and offense.
It'll be first down and 10 here as Schaefer sends Cruz in motion. It'll be a handoff to Ambrosen as he hits the gap, and there's a much better run as it's hard to tell where he went down.
Just lowering his head through everybody. I mean, that's the one good thing about Aiden Ambrosen. He can just lower his head and run through whoever he wants.
It'll be 2nd and 1 here after that good run by Ambrosen. 5:45 to go in the half. Warriors running a lot of clock right now.
Yeah, this looks to be a low-scoring game so far. Nothing really clicking for either offense. But
hard to believe this game started 36 minutes ago, so this game has been very quick. And a fake screen. He's got Morosky wide open. Second touchdown for Morosky. Unbelievable, as defenses just can't seem to keep an eye on him.
My goodness, Ben Morosky is just he's literally Tyreek Hill. He's short, fast. He can just do everything. Has the pick 6 last week. 3 total touchdowns on both sides of the ball, and then this week already starting off with 2 touchdowns. What a dog in Ben Morosky.
And right there was the same exact play the Warriors ran versus Raytown. A fake screen pass and then a go route on the slot by Morosky. And it was the same exact play design against Raytown that led to Morosky being wide open, and Morosky's wide open again here against Ruskin. And Verhulst to kick the extra point. It's through 14-0. And the story of this game is the Warrior Athletes of the Week, Jake Schaefer and Morosky, showing no signs of staying the same. They just keep getting better.
Yeah, I mean, their chemistry is so good. Like, I don't know how they do it. Just go every practice and just put in that work. I mean, and there's a flag thrown, and I think it was on Smithville. I think one of the coaches was talking to the ref.
Providing scholarships to students.
And it's unsportsmanlike conduct play.
50-50 raffle can be purchased by the concession stand.
So rather slow start from the Warriors, but they're still up 14-0. And Morosky is just the story of the game yet again.
I mean, one of the comparisons that I saw on Instagram that they were posting about is him to Travis Hunter, which I think is a perfect example of what he's been doing for the Smithville team.
For sure. Smithville Barstool posted a picture of Morosky as Travis Hunter, and Morosky is the Travis Hunter for this Warriors team, playing both ways, being the best guy on defense and one of the best guys on offense for this team.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing you can do to stop him. He just puts in that work every game, makes sure it's a show in and show out.
And there's always that senior that just takes a huge leap forward for Smithville every year. A couple years ago, it was Kelton Nitchie. When he became a senior, really took a huge step forward as wide receiver for this squad. And he played both ways as well a couple of years ago. And I would compare Morosky a lot to a little bit shorter version of Kelton Nitchie.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're not comparing him to Kelton Nitchie or Ben Morosky, but Caleb Donnell last year was one of the stars for both sides of the ball.
Exactly. Donnell was that guy for the Warriors last year who played amazing on both sides of the ball. The senior last year. It was Kelton Nitchie a couple of years ago, the senior, who was a senior back then, and now it's Ben Morosky. He's kind of that guy playing both ways, playing amazing on both sides.
So let's see this kickoff by Zach Wheeler here.
So Wheeler to kick this one off. And it's a good kick considering the circumstances of how the kickoff was pushed back due to the penalty.
And again, Quentin Henderson with the ball.
So Ruskin will have the ball around the 30. It's hard to see where they're going to spot this. Around the 36, 37-yard line.
I mean, it seems like on kick return, the guy that's going to be getting the ball most will be Quentin Henderson back there. He has been a stud, getting the motions, trying to confuse the Smithville defense.
Ball's placed on the 37-yard line. First down, Eagles.
So if you're Ruskin, you have to be smart here. There's 5 minutes and 21 seconds to go. So you have to be smart about what you're doing. You want to try and stay in this game, so you do not want to give the Warriors another possession before the end of the half. And it's a high toss to the running back and a great tackle through the gap as Colby Harris shoots back through the gap. It was concerning to see him off the field for a few plays last possession, but he shows a great play here.
Yeah, I see Colby Harris in class. He's always watching film, always studying the other team. Just great player. Probably will win conference on offensive or defense side of the ball for linemen.
Colby Harris is a fantastic offensive lineman for his first couple of years here at Smithville. And this year they told him they had to move him to the defensive line due to the lack of depth and how he was going to need to be the guy on that line for pass rush, and he has certainly lived up to it so far. And end around goes, and there's a lot of room as Morosky tries to catch him, but he cannot. And now McKenzie tries to catch him with the speed, and he can. So McKenzie with a great hustle play.
Oh, and there's a fumble.
McKenzie says he grabbed the ball
and
from
yes,
him.
And I think it's Smithville ball.
Do the Warriors have it? Will the ref give it to him? The ref says he's down. McKenzie tried to say he just grabbed the ball from him.
And that was a great run by the number 2, Pierre Smith. Great reverse play from Ruskin.
So the end around reverse by Pierre Smith goes for a huge gain. Great play call by Ruskin. McKenzie showed amazing speed to save that from being a touchdown. Showed some DK Metcalf-like stuff right there. 3:55 to go. Handoff to the fullback. He's going to be short at the 3. So Ruskin really knocking on the doorstep here.
Yeah, let's see if that big Smithville defensive line without their 2 best edge rushers going to be scary, but let's see if they can hold them.
So second and goal as the Warriors will change up the personnel and sub in a defensive lineman for the safety. So the Warriors throw an extra defensive lineman out there for this play.
They bring out number 69, Aiden Turner.
The Ruskin are going to go in the I formation. Darius Brown to snap it. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback. Is he in? He is in. Touchdown, Ruskin.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Logan Taylor.
What a great run by the number 22, Logan Taylor, the senior.
So the only problem with that for Ruskin is you just left 3 minutes and 11 seconds for Jake Schaefer to end this half. And a bad snap on the kick, and he is tackled by Hayes Middleton, so Ruskin will not get the extra point. So it'll be 14-6 here with 3:11 to go in the second quarter.
Hayes Middleton actually changing up the personnel recently. He went from playing outside linebacker to now being the middle linebacker for the Smithville defense.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, the Eric Craig Real Estate Team, Bashir's Tree Lawn, and Oaks Kia.
Smithville's defense looking kind of sloppy right now. Hopefully they can step it up, but the Smithville offense after the past 2 drives has been looking electric, so left him with 3 minutes and 11 seconds. You got Ben Morosky and, of course, Jake Schaefer.
So based on the stats of Max Preps, Ruskin is averaging 6 points per game this season. They have 6 points right now, so Ruskin is really taking it to the Warriors. They're keeping it in the game. A team that usually gets blown out by the Warriors is really keeping it close right now, and Smithville's playing down their competition. That's just how I would put it.
Yeah, I mean, Ruskin really, they've allowed their average is 41 points per game, and I mean, I think they just had something against Smithville this week, saying that they're going to upset them this week. And right now it looks like that could possibly happen.
Kane White, number 24, will kick off.
So Kane White to kick it off. And it's going to be Roman Roski on the return. Trying to find blockers. Doesn't go very far. So the Warriors will have the ball at the 33. yard line.
Great tackle by Zymir Johnson right there. Looked like a good setup for blocking, but one guy just slipped through there. Got the tackle on Roman Roski.
First down and 10.
Looks like they switched it up. They have Drake O'Neal and Caleb Downey out on the field.
Schaefer's going to hand it off, but I believe the Warriors have false started. So it's going to be a false start.
Illegal motion.
Or illegal motion.
So. On Smithville. 5-yard penalty. First and 15.
That's killer because the clock stays running. So 2:40 to go. First down and 15. Ref's actually going to signal to stop the clock. At 2:59. So 3 minutes here for Warriors to go on a drive to end the half. Second quarter. And a handoff goes to Ambrosen.
Aiden Ambrosen, I feel like if he would have broke that tackle, that would have gone for 20 or plus yards. I mean, the safeties are playing about 16 yards off, so.
Aiden Ambrosen on the carry. He's brought down by Leonard Butler. Second and 12 for Smithville.
Second and 12. 2 minutes 30 left.
2:30 to go in the second quarter. Warriors have second and 12. Schaefer sends Cruz in motion and back out. Schaefer throws a quick screen to McKenzie or Jet Coleman, and he is quickly tackled.
And man, this Ruskin defense is looking better than a 41 points allowed team.
Leonard Butler on the stop.
And I think it's safe to say Ruskin is surprising a lot of people right now. An amazing Smithville Warriors football team that usually handles Ruskin easy the past couple of years is struggling to get things going right now. Third down and 10. Schaefer has everybody lined up out wide. The Warriors like to do this a lot. Empty formation. Ambrosen in motion. Schaefer to throw. Looks over the middle and incomplete.
And if you're Smithville, right now you want to putt the ball away. Get Jake Schaefer to give you one of those good punts.
Not sure what Schaefer was thinking there. He had guys open all over the field, but throws the shallow drag route to Cruz off his back foot, falling backwards. And it was underthrown. So Schaefer with a rough-looking throw there. And it sets up fourth down and 10.
Bringing out Logan Hennigan to punt the ball. And almost blocked.
And so the kick will go roll to the 30. So we'll see what Ruskin can do here. Minute 33 to go in the half.
Smithville's offense just looking a little sloppy. Not the smartest decisions, but maybe the Smithville defense can anchor down and stop Ruskin. First and 10 from the 30. And Darius Brown takes a snap. Handoff. Going to get about a 2-yard gain.
Marlon Andrews on the carry.
And the clock is ticking. Minute 10 left to go in the second quarter. Handoff. Oh, play action. Ooh, big tackle from number 49, Jackson Sandrowski.
So Brown was looking downfield and just had nobody to throw it there. Nobody to throw to.
Timeout on the field, Smithville.
So the Warriors call timeout to stop the clock here. 46 seconds to play. Probably going to try and get another score in before the half is the goal for Smithville, but they got to get a stop first.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you have Jake Schaefer as your quarterback, I mean, really, if you saw against that Platte City game, they really had an electrifying offense. The defenses for both teams weren't the best, but the offenses were great while they were. And Jake Schaefer could do anything whenever they left around 2 minutes left on the clock and came down and scored.
Third down and 5. Big play for both sides of the ball. Darius Brown to take the snap. Hand off. And a first down.
Good tackle by Hayes Middleton right there.
So Leonard Butler gets the first for Ruskin, and now they need to move fast. 40 seconds to go as the time stops temporarily for the first down.
And number 1, Aiden Ambrosen is going to come out for defense.
Not sure why he wasn't out there for that last third down play. Ambrosen is one of the signature guys who plays both ways for Smithville. Brown's going to throw to his left. Looking downfield, it will be incomplete as Roski is there to bat it away.
Good defense by Roman Roski. Has 3 picks on the year. Has been one of these lockdown corners for Smithville.
Darius Brown's pass.
In the Platte County game, had one of the best interceptions I've ever seen in my life. Just somehow came down with the ball. That really put Smithville in that game. If it wasn't for that, I don't know what would have happened, but Roman Roski clutched up there. And then great defense on this last play. And questionable timeout. They were letting the clock run out, and then they call it whenever there's 16 seconds left to go in the half.
Not sure why the clock was running, though. It was an incomplete pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, you still have a chance to participate in the 50-50 raffle. Buy your raffle tickets at the...
I think that's what the refs are talking about to fix the time.
Proceeds benefit the Hickman Mills Educational Foundation.
I'm not sure what was going on, but if I were the coach of Ruskin right now, I'd be fighting to get time back on the clock. The incomplete pass should have stopped it.
And while you're by the concession stand, don't forget to pick up a cool drink or head up the hill to Kona Ice.
And these Ruskin fans are not agreeing with the coach calls, telling them to throw the ball.
"16 seconds to go in the half, 2nd and 10. If I were Ruskin, I'd play this conservatively. The last thing you want to do is turn the ball over into the Warriors' hands. Darius Brown is going to fake the handoff. He's going to look deep downfield. He's going to sling it deep downfield. Murawski.
Oh, what a catch!
And it's caught by the receiver. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Timeout, Ruskin. Unbelievable catch.
Ben Murawski was there, but just got the ball ripped out of his hands.
Roger Haney. Roger Haney with the fantastic catch. His first catch of the game.
And one of the fans down here was saying, throw it to 6 for the past 3 plays, and they finally did it, and look what happens.
And Ruskin is just playing out of their minds tonight.
Looking like a great chemistry team right now. Maybe some personnel miscues, but, man, they look good.
Playing up with the Smithville Warriors like this, Ruskin is really just impressing a lot of people out here tonight. A team that has already lost 2 games on the year. And they really being impressive. That's just the way I have to say about it. They've been impressed. Very impressive.
Yeah, Darius Brown just been slinging the rock really good. He wasn't out there for the first drive. It was, of course, the number 1, Preston Black, who is carrying this team, and now looks like Darius Brown has been stepping up for them.
So Ruskin will not kick the field goal, so they have one more shot to go to the end zone with 6 seconds from the 15-yard line. Brown's going to look to pass. It's going to be a draw to the running back. 1 second, and the time runs out after the draw.
Great save by Hayes Middleton there.
So the halfback draw is close to getting to the end zone, but safe to say Ruskin is playing out of their minds tonight and really hanging with the Warriors as the score at halftime is Smithville 14, Ruskin 6. We'd like to thank our sponsors, the Eric Craig Real Estate Team, Bashir's Tree and Lawn, and Oaks Kia, and we'll be back for second half coverage. Welcome, Warrior fans, to the second half. As Smithville Warriors did not play the best in that first half.
No, they really didn't. I mean, sloppy from both sides of the ball. Really, Ben Morosky showing out this game, but hopefully everybody starts to click together and we can get a good Smithville football game.
Just to let you viewers know, it's starting to sprinkle a little bit. If the rain gets pretty bad, we will have to stop the stream and bring it back up if it stops raining. But so far, so good. Hopefully, it doesn't rain.
Touchback.
And it was a touchback right there by
Eagles will have the
number
ball
12,
on the 20-yard line.
Quentin Henderson. Muffed it, but then it bounced into the back of the end zone, so I don't know if that was the right call there.
So it'll be first down and 10 for Ruskin. And the Smithville Warriors really have to start turning it up a little bit. They averaged 38 points per game after the first 3 games. They only have 14 at the half. Their defense also has been okay. They've given up 6, but they've also given up a lot of yardage, and they're lucky to have only given up 6 points so far.
Yeah, they've been giving up some big plays for this Ruskin offense.
So miscommunication there on the handoff, and so it's kept by the quarterback and Aiden Ambrosen with a great tackle in the backfield. So Aiden Ambrosen hopefully lighting a spark into the defense.
Yeah, finally came out. Didn't get much reps in the first half. Had Trey Adkins, Hayes Middleton, and Jackson Sandrosky out in the linebacker core.
So it'll be second down and 10. Warriors defense looking to get a 3 and out here to start the second half. A blitz here from the middle, and Cruz with a great tackle on the edge.
What a great job by Jake Cruz. Just got outside. Could have had the pad level a little bit lower, but great job by him to contain.
Cruz is a guy who's going to have to be playing every snap on defense tonight due to the fact that Colin Mueller and Isaac Yoder, 2 edge rushers, are both out. And so third down and 10 here. This is going to be a big play here for Ruskin.
For Smithville, it could be an electrifying moment where they start to lock in, or for Ruskin where they start to lock in and start keeping up with the Smithville Warriors.
So Darius Brown going to move a man in motion. He's going to look to his left to throw. He's going to look back over the middle and throw it. It is batted away by Max McKenzie.
And flag in the backfield.
And flag in the backfield, and I fear this is a roughing the passer. I fear it's a roughing the passer on Cruz. We'll see what the call is.
Penalty on the play.
And so it is roughing the passer. So
Roughing the passer on Smithville.
Just when you think the Warriors might be picking things up a little bit, Jake Cruz roughs the passer, and now Ruskin has a first down.
Yeah, just sloppy mistake right there from Cruz. Hopefully next play makes up for it.
Really just the Warriors just letting Ruskin hang around right now. And this is bad. You cannot let a team like this hang around, because at the end of the game, if things are close, it could bite you in the butt.
Yeah, we saw that in the Platte County game.
First down and 10, low snap to Brown. Tries to pick it up and make a play anyways. And he does make a play. But a great tackle by Roski and another late push by Hayes Middleton.
And that's a name that you have to remember by now, Quentin Henderson with the catch. Hard to bring down.
You have one more last chance to get a 50-50 raffle ticket.
Ruskin really is just playing, really just have an incredible day in those skill positions at the wide receiver especially. They have a lot of wide receivers that are playing really well right now.
Of course, Preston Black, Quentin Henderson, and number 6, Roger Haney, excuse me.
Second down here, 2nd and 9. And a pitch to the left side, or the right side, excuse me, and then it's quickly tackled by many Warriors, which will set up 3rd down and 8. So Leonard Butler gets a gain of a yard. So 3rd and 8 for Ruskin.
Smithville's been running a lot of cover 3 this week against this Ruskin offense, who has been throwing the ball a lot. So let's see what Ruskin will pull out of the hat this play.
And why not throw it when the wide receivers have been stepping up tremendously so far? And they will throw it. So Darius is looking deep. Does he have his man?
And picked off by Ben Morosky.
Is it a pick? They fight for the ball. What will the ref say? Both players had.
There's a flag.
Both players had the ball. Pierre Smith and Ben Morosky had the ball.
And that is a horrible call. That was definitely an interception. Ben Morosky came out with it.
Morosky had the ball on the way down.
There is a flag still on the field.
And the refs are talking about it, and then meanwhile the other ref is telling the chain crew to slow their roll.
Unnecessary roughness on Smithville.
I am mind blown right now. It's clearly a pick for Ben Morosky.
Yeah, that was clearly an interception, and then, of course, an unnecessary roughness call right after that, which is going to give them even more yardage, plus that big play.
Both players had the ball, but at the end of the play, Morosky clearly came away with it at the bottom.
Well, some refs missed those calls. That was a perfect example. They're not perfect, but they're there for a reason.
It is a tough situation where you have both players with the ball in both their hands at the same time. But at the end of the day, you do have to give credit to Pierre Smith, the wide receiver on that play for Ruskin, to keep fighting for the ball.
And it looks like on the defensive line and offensive line, there's talking going on. The ref had to stop him for a second.
The Smithville Warrior players lost their mind on that play. So 1st down and 10 for Ruskin, a handoff to the fullback. And so it's 2nd down and 5. 8:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. And if you would have told me before this game started that Ruskin would be driving to take the lead in the second half, I would have thought you were crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Ruskin really has not been competition for Smithville, but this game really has been showing that Ruskin is a good team and they can keep up with the Smithville Warriors.
And I think the Smithville Warrior players just kind of thought this game would be a cakewalk and were not prepared, and it's showing right now. But there's a good tackle by multiple Warriors on the play, which will set up 3rd down and 5.
Colby Harris with a
after
great
a gain
pullback.
of about no yards.
Colby Harris had a great pullback right there. Just great team effort right there.
So yet another big 3rd down here. Ruskin has converted on both their last 2 3rd down plays. One due to a roughing the passer and the other one off that catch. This one's going to be a quick pitch, but I believe it'll be an illegal shift. False start.
False start, Eagles.
False start's going to move him back.
And this is big for Ruskin. You right now are going toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the state in your class, and you have a chance to go up against them in the 3rd quarter. And I believe Ruskin is in the Warriors Conference as well.
They are in, I mean, Smithville, arguably, like you said, the best team in the state, best 4A team, arguably. Just got to see what they can do against Ruskin. I mean, but Ruskin has been showing up.
Well, the Warriors are ranked number 1 in the rankings in Class 4. And there's an end around to Henderson. He's got some room to the 10. Tries to break a tackle, but he's going to be down just short of the line to gain.
Ball carried by Quentin Henderson.
Quentin Henderson just looking like Travis Hunter. I mean, Ben Morosky, that's the comparison, but he has the number of Travis Hunter, and he's been doing it on both sides of the ball too.
It'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Eagles.
An amazing play by Quentin Henderson, and burst of speed sets up a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, they like to do that little reverse play. It's worked both times they've done it, getting positive gains.
And notice Preston Black has came into the game here for the 3rd and 1. Keep an eye on Preston Black, the do-it-all athlete. He's lined up at wide receiver. Leonard Butler at running back. He's been their guy on the handoffs. Adorius Brown. And
QB sneak, and
where are they going to mark this? Aiden Ambrosen says he took the ball from him.
And they're going to hold him short.
Eagle stopped on the play. Turnover.
So Warriors ball.
What a great job by the Smithville defense right there, holding them. That defensive line had a strong push right there.
Just waiting to see what the ref was going to do there had me so nervous as the Warriors finally get off the field after that rough drive. So 5:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Smithville leads 14-6.
Just a sloppy game from Smithville. I mean, you're ranked number 1 in Class 4 for Missouri, and really Ruskin has not done anything to you guys in the past few years, and then you just got to think that you should be having 50-balled this team, but Ruskin has looked like a great football team this week, and all their buttons are clicking. So,
not to mention when you look at points per game, Ruskin is one of the worst defenses and also has one of the worst offenses in the state with just 6 points per game on offense and allowing 41 points per game after their first couple games of the season.
Yeah, I mean, they've already filled their points per game, but they have definitely done great on the defensive side of the ball. And then Smithville, on the other hand, if you looked at the past games from Smithville the past 2 weeks, I mean, they just showed up and showed out in the Platte County and Kearney game. And then you put them against this Ruskin team. I don't think they expected Ruskin to be this good.
Once again, Ruskin having personnel problems as they have no idea on who's supposed to be where on defense. But the ref is telling everyone to huddle back up as they are, I don't know what they're doing, but the referees are.
And it looks like Coach Ambrosian is having a talk with the head ref. Going to shout out one more time the Warrior Athletes of the Week, Ben Morosky and Jake Schaefer. Just 2 standout athletes. What do you got to say on that, Toby?
Yeah, these 2 athletes just right now they're carrying Smithville. Especially Morosky is putting the Warriors in a great position, but everyone else needs to pick them up a bit as you got 3 senior receivers in the trips for this one. Schaefer's going to look on an out route, and it's batted away, and they really just haven't been able to figure things out on offense.
Yeah, I mean the Ruskin defense, they have not been lining up properly, and it's just throwing Smithville off. Looks like one guy's not going to be open, one guy is going to be open, and then they throw the ball and it gets tipped up. The Smithville offense is going to have to step up if they want to win this game.
So 2nd down and 10. As Schaefer has trips to his right. And he's going to throw a quick hitch to Drake O'Neal, and it is caught. So O'Neal with his first catch of the season coming off that shoulder injury.
And, of course, I love his nickname, Draco. Draco gets the 9-yard gain. Lower throw from Jake Schaefer, but what a great catch by Draco.
Schaefer's throws have just been kind of off slightly all game long, and that one another low one.
I'd like to mention sophomore running back Austin Clevenger's in.
3rd and 1. Ruskin looks to be showing blitz. Clevenger in the backfield. Morosky in the slot. McKenzie and Coleman are wide receivers out wide. Schaefer's going to hand it off to Clevenger, and he has first down and much more with the power run. All the way past the 30-yard line, and a great run by Clevenger hopefully brings some life to the Warriors.
Austin Clevenger just looks like a beast out there. I mean, lowering his shoulder, has the heavy run game, looking like Derrick Henry or Jerome Bettis. I don't know, whatever you want to call him. That is a stud athlete right there.
And that is the way Clevenger runs. It's just pure power, straight line. And didn't work well versus Platte County and Kearney, but his power running worked very well week 1 versus Raytown.
Yeah, it did. I mean, got his first touchdown of the season in that game.
And so on 1st and 10, they go right back to him. It'll be a gain of about 3 or 4.
Yeah, you see on that play right there, Austin Clevenger got low, and then Ruskin defender got lower than him most of the time in a power run situation. If you get lower than the guy that's running the ball, that's how you're going to tackle him.
And after that 3-yard run, it'll be 2nd down and 7. Cruz, I believe, lined up at tight end. Morosky goes in motion. It's going to be a fake pass and a give to Clevenger. Clevenger has nothing doing, though, and it'll be a gain of just 1.
That's what Ruskin's going to need to do, is they're going to have to do those group tackles on Austin Clevenger.
For sure, a guy who's a power runner, you got to get multiple guys taking out his legs. 3rd down and 6.
Clevenger comes out of the game. They put in Draco.
It's actually 3rd down and 5 here for the Warriors. So Drake O'Neal in the game. So O'Neal out wide, along with everybody is out wide. So empty formation. Morosky, Coleman, and McKenzie in trips. Ruskin showing blitz. Quick screen to McKenzie. Got some room out wide. Open turf. To the 50. The speed past the 40 on the cutback by McKenzie.
And it looks like he fumbled the ball, but they're going to call him down. Or wait.
Pass complete to 18.
Yes, they're going to call him down.
And so
I got scared for a second. I thought he fumbled the ball.
So the ref signals to move the chains there. But that's been happening all game where the defense says they have the ball and the ref keeps moving them down. I don't know what's going on, but both teams on both sides have been doing that this game.
Yeah, especially on the Smithville side. They get the ball. Refs don't want to call it. So here we go on offense, 1st and 10.
Morosky in the slot, handoff to Clevenger. Got some room. The flag is thrown, however. So this is a big run, but we'll see if the flag is going to bring him back.
As promised, the 50-50 raffle winning number is 1 3 2 3 9 9. 1 3.
And it looks like it's going to be clipping, I believe, on the offense.
Please report with your ticket to the concession stand immediately. Thank you.
And that's going to be a big toll. Looks like going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Very big. That clipping is just horrible right there, as you can hear Warriors coaches' voices screaming at their players.
Penalty on the play. Illegal chop block.
Illegal chop block is the call. That's just crazy. 1st down and forever, it seems.
And Morosky is open. Let's see what they're going to do here.
They got to get to the 28, so they're going to go swinging early. Schaefer throws deep. He's got Morosky. It's caught and out of bounds. Who other than Ben Morosky? What an incredible game as he's up over 100 yards.
Ben Morosky, just a dog. That's all I'm going to say, is just a dog. Really, if you want a good play, look Ben Morosky's way.
Please report in the next 5 minutes, or we're pulling another ticket. Thank you.
Morosky just continues to put the Warriors on his back tonight, but you got to also include that was a fantastic throw by Schaefer towards the sideline. Put it right where he could get it. McKenzie has press coverage. Handoff to Clevenger. And so on 2nd down, Clevenger looks to have gained the 1st.
Austin Clevenger on the carry.
Just a beast is what Austin Clevenger is. I mean, he's going to get you at least a positive gain every play. He just lowers his shoulder and runs into whoever's in his way.
So Warriors showing no problems after that illegal chop block as they get a huge gain of yards and a 1st down after just a couple plays after that chop block.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big flag for the Warriors, but they made it up right away.
So 1st down and 10. Ball at the 28. Hand off to Clevenger to the right side. He's got some room. Breaks it to the middle. Nothing but turf. Can he get in?
Touchdown, Austin Clevenger.
Huge run by Clevenger. And the Warriors hit the 20-point mark on the game.
That kid right there has a bright future. Austin Clevenger, only a sophomore. He is built like a senior. Just a great player right there.
So the Warriors get pushed back to where their backs are against the wall on a first down and forever, it seemed like. And they be aggressive. They get the first. And then a great run after that to carry on the momentum by Clevenger. Sets the Warriors up for a chance to go up 21-6 here with the extra point. And the kick is up and through. 21-6. The Warriors lead as they start to get some momentum going after what seemed to be a lackadaisical start. 1:35 to go in the third quarter.
I mean, that was a great drive from Smithville. I mean, you got the penalty. That was a great play at first and then got called back. Then you got the great throw from Jake Schaefer, just a touch pass to the corner around the 25, and Ben Morosky just comes down with it. And then, of course, the great run from Austin Clevenger.
So a huge response on that Warriors offensive drive to go up 21-6. And hopefully the Warriors can keep this thing rolling as we head into the fourth quarter. The 1:35 to go in the third quarter before we head into the fourth.
And let's see if these special teams can put it together right here.
To arrange those rides home. So start sending those text messages, those phone calls to get your ride here. The game will be over shortly.
And it looks like some people are different on the kickoff team.
Wheeler to kick this one off. Hopefully the kickoff team does better. They've given up a big return in almost every game, it seems like, this season. So Wheeler with a good kick, and it'll take a good bounce. And picked up around the 10, and he'll be tackled around the 22. So a much better job by the Warriors special teams.
Yeah, it looked way better. I mean, everybody got downfield and tried to attempt to tackle him. Of course, the man that has been proving everything, Quentin Henderson, he's been their electric player this game.
On the 23.
It was Preston Black in the first half, but the second half it's been Quentin Henderson. Quentin Henderson was also the guy who had the good return in the first quarter as well.
Yeah, it seems like they always want to kick the ball to Quentin Henderson, but he is the scariest player on this team that has been proving every little bit that we have been saying about him.
First down and 10. I believe they have a different quarterback lined up out there.
Yeah, that was Kane White, who has been running the ball for him most of this game.
Kane White took the snap there and handed it off to, I believe, Leonard Butler. And Leonard Butler comes up limping off the field, or shaking up a little bit. So they don't get any yards there. So second down and 10.
And same quarterback, Kane White, is in.
So Kane White in that quarterback. Third quarterback. Third different guy that's been out there at quarterback for Ruskin. This handoff goes to the fullback, Logan Taylor. Logan Taylor has the only touchdown for Ruskin on the game. So third down and 5 for Ruskin.
And Adarius Brown is on the sideline. That's been their main passing quarterback. So whenever they put in Kane White, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more run plays coming through.
Well, you have to wonder if Adarius Brown is hurt or something, or I'm not sure what Ruskin's doing. If you have to assume Adarius Black's been hurt because he's been playing his tail off at keeping Ruskin in this game. And so we'll see. But White is in there right now, so White is going to take the snap. Ruskin will let the clock run out. So the end of the third quarter, Warriors 21, Ruskin 6. Sloppy game, but the Warriors maintain the lead with 15 up. And we'll be back for the fourth quarter as we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Eric Craig Real Estate Team, Oaks Kia, and Bashir's Tree and Lawn. And now we're at the start of the fourth quarter. Third down and 5 for Ruskin. Big play as the Warriors load the box.
And realize that was Kane White on the run. Instead of him playing quarterback, they put it back in.
They put Brown back in. So Darius Brown is back in there at quarterback. Fourth down and short. You have to assume Ruskin's going to go for this. Even though they're on their own side, they need a big drive here. They've maintained to stay in this game throughout the first 3 quarters. They've done an incredible job. No one expected them to be in a position where they could possibly win in the fourth quarter like they are now. But a big play here on fourth down as they look to be going for it.
Fourth and short, of course. Expecting a run play.
And it's a play action. He looks downfield. He's got his man. It's White. And he cuts it back but takes a huge hit.
Pass complete to Kane White. Good for an Eagle. First down.
A great hit by, I believe it was Jackson Sandrowski, but I'm not sure. One of the Warriors laid a huge hit on White, but after the first down, a gutsy call to throw the ball there on fourth with the Darius Brown.
That was actually one of your linemen, Aiden Turner, who came all the way back and made that hit. But, yeah, great throw from Darius Brown and good way to get upfield for Kane White.
First down and 10 here for Ruskin. I formation. Brown's going to pitch it out wide. And a great tackle. Ball came out, but he lands on it. A good tackle around the legs by Ben Morosky.
Yeah, looks like he was going to try to jump over him, but, you know, it's high school football. You don't see that many hurdles.
Well, Morosky just took out his legs either way, so second down and 10 after that.
And I just realized Ben Morosky switched cleats mid-game. Interesting thing to do.
He had the white ones on in the first half. Looks like the ones he's got on now are gray.
Green, I believe.
Green?
I think they're the same cleats as Max McKenzie.
It's hard to see. And so Brown's going to roll to his right and look deep. And
caught.
Pulled in.
By Pierre Smith.
Pierre Smith with a great catch. I mean, just give your hat to Ruskin right now. They are just playing incredible. It seems like every one-on-one deep ball they're catching. Pierre Smith right there with an amazing catch.
Yeah, it looks like Jace Surratt was a little hesitant there to go up and get the ball. Didn't want to get a pass interference, but at that moment in time, you have to make your decision faster than that. He jumped up super late.
And you're right about Morosky. He does have the green highlighter cleats on for the second half. He did not have those on in the first half. First down and 10, 8:58 to go. Brown to throw again. Why not after the way they've been throwing? A huge hit by Roski. Ball comes out incomplete.
I mean, Aiden Ambrose smoked Darius Brown, and then another big hit from Aiden Turner. He's just been everywhere, coming 10 to 20 yards back to make tackles, to now blowing up screenplays.
Well, Roman Roski laid a huge hit on the receiver out in the flat to break the ball out for an incomplete pass. 8:25 and counting. That's the thing that's not on Ruskin's side is the time. 8 minutes to go in the game. A lot of clock going off. Not sure why the clock's running on incomplete passes. I don't know why. And then now the clock resets to 8:50, so
I believe the clock is broken.
They've been having problems with the clock all game. That's probably why the game has been going faster than usual.
And ball popped out. Darius Brown picked it up.
Darius Brown.
So 8:38 and counting. We'll try and keep you updated with the clock as this game comes to an end. Though the clock has been really weird this game as it has ran when it's not supposed to ran. So we'll keep you updated. 8:20 to go and counting. Third down and 9. Big play. Ruskin, you have to assume, is in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be a pass play. Or Darius Brown has been getting those deep balls to whatever receiver it is.
Brown looks to his right. He looks to throw, got
And there's gonna
nobody.
be a
Now he's
holding
going to keep
call.
it. Flag gets thrown, but he spins. And then a juke breaks Roski's ankles. Roski recovers and takes him down.
And there was a holding call. They tackled number 51, which is
Good for an Eagle first down.
So I believe this
Becker.
one is going to come back.
But there is a penalty on the play.
that was a great run by Ardarius Brown still, but offensive lineman tackled Cole Becker.
Holding on the Eagle.
So it will be a holding. But like you said, a great run by Darius Brown, all for naught, as the holding pushes them back.
Preston Black comes in limping. He was there in the first half doing everything. Second half really hasn't done much. It's been more of the number 12, Quentin Henderson.
And Pierre Smith on that last catch.
Yeah, Pierre Smith had a great catch, but it's 3rd and long.
3rd down and long. 3rd and 19, I believe. You got to think Brown's just going to look deep. No, it's a draw. The draw gets some yardage and more by Leonard Butler. A great run will set up 4th down and 6 or so.
Leonard Butler has just been doing great runs all game, carrying the ball, doing whatever he can to get those extra yards.
And notice how Ruskin is pulling this off. They put multiple blockers, multiple tight ends out there to help block with the O-line. Usually it's just 2 receivers, and so what it does is they have a lot of pass protection. They're going max protection on the 4-man rush, which is giving Brown tons of time to throw. So Brown is going to throw. He's got all day. Looks deep, but nobody's there, and incomplete. So on 4th down, the Warriors get a huge stop with 6:49 to go in the 4th. And so the Warriors will take the ball up 21-6.
That was smart by Jay Surratt to not even try to attempt to go for the ball, because if he would have picked that, there was no point. If you think about it, the smart thing, bat it down or let it go, since there was no receiver around him. Get the ball right at where it was.
Exactly, and you have to give these Ruskin players, you have to, they got to keep their heads up. They've fought really hard, and they're playing really well tonight versus a really good team in the Smithville Warriors.
Yeah, accordingly, they're ranked number 2 in Missouri. They're just outstanding.
Well, one website has them at number 1, and the other has them at number 2. Either way, Warriors one of the best teams in the state in their class.
Yeah, I mean, Ruskin, if you would have told me that Smithville was ranked number 2 and then Ruskin was one of the worst teams in Missouri, I would tell you that is a lie, because Ruskin's been looking like a top 10 team this week.
They've been looking incredible considering their record and their performances in the past couple of years. They've really hung with the Warriors. And Smithville, a contender for the state title this year. And a good run by Clevenger, gets a gain of 3 or 4. But yeah, I mean, Warriors are contenders for the state title. And tonight they've just taken a step back.
Yeah, I don't think this week they looked like a state title contender. I mean, most of the time, if you look at the Kearney game, granted Kearney was on their 3rd-string quarterback. Still, Smithville played against some of the best teams in Missouri, and they showed out every week. This week just has not been that week.
Well, yes, and you have to keep in mind when the Warriors played Kearney, Kearney was ranked in the top 5 in the state. That was 2 top 5 teams in the state going at each other last week.
Yeah, I mean, Kearney now has 2 losses under their belt. Platte County, which was a close game. Everybody was predicting Kearney to win that game. Platte County made the upset, and then Smithville-Platte County game, of course, one of the most nerve-wracking games I've ever watched. Smithville lost sadly at the end of the game, but it was still a great game for both teams.
1st down and 10. Clevenger in the slot. The running back's in the slot. So Schaefer looks on the wheel to Morosky and gets hit by 2 ends. That was the same play they ran at the beginning of the game with Jet Coleman. This time they put Morosky back there to run it with him on the wheel, but Schaefer has no one to throw to.
Yeah, I mean, Morosky wasn't really open. There was a guy in the area, and then Jake Schaefer just gets smoked by two of the defensive ends from Ruskin.
Well, Preston Black did a great job reading that play through, remembering what happened in the first play of the game when the Warriors ran that.
Yes, indeed, he did. Clevenger in the backfield.
It's a 2nd down and 20. Schaefer throws a quick out route to Morosky. Broken tackle. More yardage from Morosky as the speed takes off.
And that's a 1st down from Ben Morosky. I mean, look at that sneaky speed right there. I mean, breaks the tackle from Preston Black and then just turns on the burners.
And Morosky is really just coming into his own this season.
Yes, he has been looking like one of the best receivers in Missouri right now. Just has been showing up and showing out every week that he possibly can. Every play that he gets the ball, you know it's going to be a great play.
And the Warriors' 2 great receivers, Coleman and McKenzie. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year Morosky would have been our leading receiver in receiving yardage, I would have questioned it because McKenzie and Coleman are the guys. And meanwhile, Clevenger fumbles.
He had one of those against Platte County, which was a big turning point in that game.
But they do land on it, and a good run by Clevenger sets up a 1st down.
And, of course, here comes Drake O'Neal.
Recovered by Smithville. Result of the game is a 1st down.
And now Ruskin really has to start getting stops. 4 minutes to go in the game.
If you're Ruskin, this next 1st down is where you're going to have to hold him.
McKenzie has press coverage on the right side. Pay attention to that. Touch pass to O'Neal. O'Neal's got some room, cuts it back, but he's tackled around the line of scrimmage, which will set up 2nd down and 10.
Draco really couldn't get anything. That lead blocker had to block somebody earlier than you usually want to. I've just realized almost every play this game, they've been pressing Max McKenzie, knowing that if you leave him off, if you're off the ball, it's going to be a hitch straight to Max McKenzie. But this game, they've just been pressing him the whole time, making sure that he can't get that hitch.
As soon as the game is over. Thank you.
3 minutes and running, 2nd down and 10. Press coverage on McKenzie on the right side, but Warriors will probably just run this one. No, they are going to look at the press coverage matchup. Deep to McKenzie.
Max
they got
McKenzie.
Him. And it's dropped.
Max McKenzie had it. He is upset with himself right now. Almost had a touchdown. Still, great route right there. He got the outside release and started turning on the jets. That DB is also fast, which I believe is the number 6 of Roger Haney.
Well, like I said right there, McKenzie had press coverage, and I was waiting for the Warriors to go after it. That's why I kept saying that. Play after play, McKenzie had press coverage, and they finally go towards him that time, and what would have been a touchdown, but he dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, great ball by Jake Schaefer. Great route by Max McKenzie. Just couldn't come down with the ball.
And see press coverage again. Now, actually, the corner's going to back up. 3rd and 10. It's a handoff to Clevenger. He's got some room. Breaks it to the 20. Breaks another tackle. Clevenger into the end zone. The sophomore running back gets his 2nd touchdown of the season.
Austin Clevenger just looking like Derrick Henry out there. Just unstoppable. I mean, if there's fantasy football for high school, I mean, he would be at my running back position.
And a great run by Clevenger sets up a chance to go up 28-6 with 3:13 to go in the 4th quarter as the Warriors have really turned things around this 2nd half.
Yeah, this honestly, the more of the 4th quarter, I mean, honestly, just they put in Austin Clevenger, and Austin Clevenger was that spark that just lit up this Warriors offense. But I am going to say Ben Morosky has been showing up. He did have those 2 touchdowns, but Austin Clevenger going to share 2 also.
And the kick is up and through. 28-6, Warriors lead. Great run by Clevenger. More great plays by Morosky, and the Warriors lead 28-6 with 3:13 to go in the half.
13 seconds
well,
remaining in the contest.
So the Warriors will kick this thing off. 3:13 to go in the fourth quarter.
Let's see if these special teams can do good. They did good last time, but the 2 times before that struggled. Gave us some big kick returns.
So Wheeler kicks this one away, and it is a good one to say the least.
Muffed it.
And Henderson will take the return and cut it back to the left side. And a great tackle by Jay Surratt.
I'm going to say one thing. Jay Surratt last week against Kearney, I mean, he had so many big hits, and then he could possibly be the best tackler on the Smithville Warriors team.
He's definitely one of the best as he makes a great ankle tackle there.
That's the one thing I love about Jay Surratt. If you watch him play, he's always low, never pops up really high.
And
as he's one of the shorter kids on Smithville.
And he's the future of this defense. You got to keep in mind most of these players are seniors out there right now. He's one of the few guys. He's going to be the future of the secondary at the safety position.
And sophomore number 2, Barrett Iverson, is now in at safety.
And a pitch to the outside. It's an end around. It's a fumble. Smith picks it up. Tries to make it yardage. He's pushed back. Oh, my goodness, what a hit.
And that's a questionable safety.
What should have been a safety, or at least a touchdown for the Warriors after the fumble. The ref just blows his whistle and calls the play off. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but my goodness, what a hit. Oh, my gosh.
That was a big hit. And Pierre Smith, prayers to him because
Smith
he's
is down. And this is not a good sign. But the ref should have called that off sooner. It was clearly forward progress. It was clearly over. And then another Warrior came in and laid him out in the end zone. They call the forward progress a little too late there. And hopefully Smith is able to get up okay.
Praying that Pierre Smith is okay. That was a huge hit.
But that's when the refs, they have the forward progress rule for a reason. You have to call that off sooner. They waited too long to call that off.
Athletic trainer Daryl Brooks is out there checking on him right now.
Hopefully he just has the wind knocked out of him.
And it looks like he's going to get up.
And so Smith is able to get on his feet. They're probably checking him for a concussion. They'll probably look at him later on after that huge hit.
Well, that was a great play by Smithville. I mean, they read the reverse. The first kid that had the ball got blown up. Fumble. Pierre Smith tried to save it, and then somebody had his ankle and then just holding him there and just got blown up.
And hats off to that kid. He's played very well this game. Had a huge catch for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pierre Smith.
So Pierre Smith is able to walk off the field by himself.
Hopefully it's just the wind knocked out of him.
Seems to be in a lot of pain as he takes his helmet off. So Ruskin will have second down and 29 at their own 2-yard line. Warriors loading the box. Probably we'll just see a handoff here to the fullback, and we do.
Holds him, and it looks like number 66 for Ruskin's getting a little feisty out there, shoving some Smithville players.
So it's a gain of no yards, so third down and 29. 2 minutes to go. Minute and a half here as we approach getting close to the end of the game.
Now, if you're Smithville right here, what you want is a safety.
And so it'll be a throw deep downfield and incomplete. So set up 4th down and 29 on their own 2-yard line.
Now, if you're Ruskin, I mean, there's a minute 30 left. Really nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is either throw it deep and pray or punt the ball.
Looks like the punt team is going out there. And so the punt is away. Morosky calls fair catch at the 29. So now the Smithville Warriors should go out there and take a few knees to end this game. And although they got off to a slow start, a much better finish to this game as they finish with 2 straight touchdowns.
From Austin Clevenger, number 44. He really showed up tonight. Same with Ben Morosky. I mean, they both put on a show for these Ruskin and Smithville fans.
So Schaefer to take a knee. With 40 seconds on the play clock, they're going to have to take a few knees here.
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to Ruskin. I mean, they played great tonight for the record. Really had a few standout players. Number 12, Quentin Henderson. Number 1, Preston Black. And, of course, Adarius Brown, their quarterback, really showed up.
For sure. This is something Ruskin can look back and say, we went toe-to-toe with the Warriors, a team that's a state championship contender.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreboard might not say so, but if you came back and watched this game, I mean, it really was a dogfight until the very end. Looks like teams are lining up.
So with that knee, that'll take us in to week 5 next week as the Smithville Warriors will take a 3-1 record. And the Warriors will be at home next week. As I'm Toby Ford alongside Caden Praisewater with our camera people, Maverick McDonald and Lila Goodwin. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Eric Craig Real Estate Team, Bashir's Tree and Lawn, and Oaks Kia. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.